Around here, you look foreign.
Yes, I am. I'm just waiting on my flight.
Oh, okay. So you are foreign. I fuck with that. You probably traditional, right? You like to cook and clean?
No traditional.
I heard y'all like to do that. Traditional women, like y'all foreign, y'all got different values. Men, they need modern women in America, man. I swear, they just want to be all independent and shit. Like, I need someone who's gonna need me.
Yeah, independent woman. Oh, my ladies, independent. Yeah, independent.
Yeah, man. See, you know, I got this passport. I'm one of them passport bros for real. Like, I come from America, too.
American.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, for real. What you finna do for this?
Oh.
You said you like to cook and clean, right?
Oh, yes, of course. Pork, chicken,
Thank you, that's what
vegetarian.
Yeah, for real. You gonna love me like exactly. See, y'all, this is what I need.
Foot massage.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss.
Esposo y esposa. Se puede besar a la novia.
So I'd like to welcome y'all to International Traveler, and my name is Chris.
My name is Brenda.
And we've been married for 1 year now.
But we're not gonna talk about the fact that this movement is really just rooted in men's insecurity and wanting to literally have control over women. Therefore, they're moving to third world countries to find vulnerable, weak women that do not have anything yet, like, or that have not really experienced life truly. Because a lot of these third world countries, a lot of women, especially if they're going to like Asia or India or Saudi Arabia or whatever, wherever they're going, a lot of those women don't have the resources to have proper education to begin with, you know? Granted, I also don't think that these men are also doing the research that they need to do before they go to these countries. And then they don't know, like, different countries have different traditions when it comes to marriage. Even if, I want a traditional woman, their father might not think you're a traditional man.
Cap.
Now with the album out, are you paying attention to what people are saying about it? Like, are y'all looking with Culture 2 trending and everything? Are you looking at what people are saying?
Passport bros seem to be a hot commodity nowadays, so let's just go ahead and get straight into it. This is another case of black women not minding their business. Y'all didn't care about male order brides until black men happened to make it popular, but of course you feel entitled to being the BBC commander when something no longer benefits you, although these are the same men that you said you didn't want, didn't need, and they are broke. I'm gonna be honest, going overseas to travel frequently and live does not equate to broke. But then again, this just simply speaks to the delusion and hypocrisy of women. These men have been very clear in their message. They've said time and time again they wanted wives, someone they could build with, start their family with, someone they could create a legacy with. What y'all heard was they wanted someone that they can control. Y'all minimize being a wife simply down to being a slave, even so much as telling those other women overseas that they're uneducated and practicing sex tourism. And in turn, a lot of y'all have took your degree and traded it in for an OnlyFans profile. Nobody said anything when women were going to Dubai. We know why you were going. Nobody said anything when women were flying state to state getting flued out. We know what you were doing. Nobody said anything when Nigerian and Jamaican men needed green cards and y'all started falsifying marriage documents so you could drive your Range Rover with your red bottoms. Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all wanted the option to go back to these men after the man that you really wanted was done dragging you through the mud.
Why were you crazy, so crazy to never date a man?
What's that mean?
Why have you never dated a man before me?
I think I was crazy. You know, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, how explain that? You know, in that time, I believe a lot, you know, to men because you know, men are crazy. Men, you know, not all men, you know, but how say I was playing. I don't know. In that time, I know was living with men. Men cheap, you know, have.
So you thought men were like cheaters and.
Exactly. The men, you know, was crazy. I don't know.
So basically, you didn't really trust men too much from your country.
From my country for other countries.
Oh, even other countries too.
Exactly, because no matter the men to other countries, they come to my country. They say, "Oh, I want to meet you. Hey, hi, nice to meet you." You know, and they have families, they have girlfriends. You know, they say, "No, I'm be alone and a single man." You know. But when they
go back home.
Yeah,
they have a family.
Because many men that you know, they only want to have sex with women to my country.
So a lot of foreign men come here just to have sex with the women, and then they go back home.
It's like I believe on my mind. It's crazy.
So what made it different for me?
I don't know.
So
different.
Yeah, why did you trust me? What happened? What made you trust me?
At the beginning, I not trust you. You know, I told you.
So anyway, all right. So you end up trusting me.
At the beginning, I not trusting you.
Yes, I know. She was always, you know, like you're with another woman. And
of course, yes.
Yes,
because you are living, you know, in your country and live here. You know how. I don't know. It was difficult at the beginning. It was so difficult. I was talking to you tonight. Okay, I like to talk with you.
So it was difficult because of your own mind, not because of anything I did. It was...
No, exactly. It was my mind because normally, you know, you see many histories about, you know, American men, like how they go, he said, "Oh, I love you," and then when they have like they want, you die for them.
Right. So how was it the first time I came to visit you? What was that experience like?
Oh, this experience was good, you know. I like it, you know. It was good. I was so happy, you know. What's good? It's good. This is still good, you know.
So for me, at the beginning when I first met you, just from knowing what I knew about you from your sister, like when I didn't even know you never even knew me or anything, but your her sister told me, you know, about her. So in my mind, I already thought that she was a good woman because of the story I was told from her sister when, you know, she had no reason to lie to me about her crazy sister because I wasn't dating her sister. So it wasn't like, you know, she could lie and say, oh, why she would have a reason to lie, because at the time I was talking to her. And so basically, when I met her, I already in my mind was like, this is a good woman, this is a keeper. You know, all it was for me was to figure out whether or not we had chemistry or whether or not, you know, we can, you know, be together. So in my mind, after our initial, you know, conversations and whatnot, I was like, you know, she's marriage material.
My audience is a lot of black American men and black English men, black Canadian men. What do you feel about black men? Would you date a black man? Do you like black men?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I really love the black skin. It's my disability.
Preferences when it comes to dating?
So, my preference when it comes to dating is, of course, men. Black men. I love me a black man. Black men. I love me a black man. See?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's something special, you know. It's something like about culturally connected.
The darker the better, or?
Yeah, the darker the chocolate, the better it is. No, I don't judge, you know. It's about the power like black men has. And like me, a guy, he doesn't have to be super tall, he doesn't have to be short. I just want a man that make me feel protected. Like a man that I feel protected with, that's a plus. And I saw he doesn't have to be 7 foot or like super tall like NBA player. It's just about me feeling secure around that man.
Asking her how do the women like Americans, whether they're black or white?
Bueno, yo hablo con muchas chicas.
You talk to many women.
La mayoría de las chicas que conozco, ojo, que conozco.
The one that you know, okay.
Son chicas que les gustan los hombres negros.
They like the black men.
Sí, y coincidimos con ciertas cosas que ya estamos hablando.
Okay. ¿Por qué? Wait a minute. ¿Por qué?
¿Ya? ¿Estás bien?
Sí.
She crying. Oh, lo siento, mi amor. But it's happy tears. That's a wrap. Just finished eating dinner. Now we about to find our way to somewhere else. The beautiful Cartagena. This is in the neighborhood Manga. Aquí, she won't take pictures.
You'll never be a happy woman dogging your man out. He's not a man yet, but he will be. But if you keep on dogging him, you won't have nothing, and you'll end up being a lesbian at home with yourself, with no man by your side because your damn mouth.
Whoo, man, boy, I tell you, the minister. I'm telling y'all, you look at some of the things that Minister Farrakhan talk about. I'm telling you, brothers would be loving it, man. Especially young Minister Farrakhan. You go listen to some of them speeches, man. But the minister talks about how you have some of them in our community that love to talk down on the brothers. Look at all those women that you may see online that have so much venom for black men. Venom. They can't stand black men. You notice they're never happy? Now, the minister said that they're going to be a lesbian, and maybe some of them are. But they have a lot of them. All they do is just bad mouth a brother. When you have so much venom and hatred toward the opposite gender in your community, you have cancer of the soul. And even if you don't fool with a black man, fine, no problem. Get Brad, get whoever. It's no issue. You will not bring true love to that man because you still have hatred in your soul. And hatred is like cancer. It's going to spread all over, even into those relationships. This is why Brad don't even want to marry they behind. Because they can't love Brad the right way because they have all this venom and hatred toward the black man. A lot of their venom and hatred come from their failed relationships. They picked the wrong guy, it didn't work out right. Some of them got pregnant and the man didn't want the kid. And now some of them on a tirade because the man didn't want the kid, which is, I don't agree with that. You know, hey, if you make a kid, then you need to take care of your children. But some of them get on a tirade with that. They always talking crap about black men. Always. And the majority of them don't have a man, period. And definitely don't have a black man. Because any self-respecting black man would not sit up here and be entertaining or even allowing his wife to be speaking so ill of brothers. That wouldn't even make sense because she would have a black man in her house loving her. The only way he would allow that, unless he understand what she doing is just basically phony and she run up a check and he cool with it because she just run up a check and they both in agreement with her running up a check in that manner. But the majority of men is not on that. Let's call it what it is. They're never happy. But let's continue.
It's what it is. It's a snake pit. And a man can't live under that because he got enough hell on his head as it is trying to function in a white man's world. And he needs a wife that has compassion and understanding, and that's the value of the MGT. The MGT is supposed to make you a woman to help you make a man for God.
Now, Minister Farrakhan was talking about the MGT, which means Muslim Girl Training, right? And they teach them how to be women. They teach them about, you know, fitness. They teach them about things like sewing, cooking, cleaning, you know, teach them how to be a lady, right? Teach them how to be a wife, how to be a mother. Look, what I've seen, just from my personal things I've seen, I think every woman in America should go through MGT training. They really should. If every woman in America will go through the Nation of Islam's program of the MGT training, we wouldn't have the problems that we have today. You don't see those Muslim women out here twerking and all that. These women are covered. These women are respectful. They still walk in their femininity. And we need that in society. We really do. Those women out here today, the reason why some of them are so venomous is because they don't have no love. They have no man. They have nothing. So all they have is maybe I can run up a check online. Maybe I found me a little community of women who feel like me, who's miserable like me, who just looking every day for something wrong that a black man did. And you can find something wrong a black man did every day. It's kind of easy to do. With this media in this country, it's very easy. But at the end of the day, once you cut the lights off, once the microphone turns off, once the camera turns off, you still got to deal with you. You'll keep getting grayer, and you are still going to be by yourself. While those men you're talking about, they're not talking about you like that. They don't have the venom for you like that. They're going to have them a woman. Will they have their woman here in America? Overseas. They're going to have them a woman.
Last things that you want to talk about, I mean, as far as the passport bros and some of the controversies and some of the wins that you brothers have over the years.
Well, I want to just say passport bros won't ever be stopped. It's here to stay. It's going to continue to grow. Men are going to continue to join the Facebook groups. It's not a organization or anything like that. It's simply an ideology, right? It's just men coming together, you know, and give each other knowledge on their love, travel the world, right? So we can be informed, so we can stay safe. So that's number one. I want to say that passport bros is here to stay, no matter how many people try to mislabel it. No matter how many people, you know, label themselves passport bros who don't necessarily have some of the core principles of a passport bro. You know, but you got guys who just, you know, will call themselves passport bro. They just literally went on a 3-day vacation to the DR or something, and now they're a passport bro, right? And they make some crazy type of look content or something like that. I don't consider that to even be passport bros. It's just a really popular term right now. And everybody's leveraging it all throughout the media right now. But we're here to stay. You know, guys can continue to travel. I want guys to get their passports and just, you know, keep up with world news and see what's going on and see the value of having a passport and the value of being able to expand your options overseas if need be.
Black men, please stop. Y'all can't even heal. Y'all, I'm literally sick to the stomach and about to throw up because I did not realize the hatred that black men have for black women until